All right, here we are. We're starting it off, the Tallahassee Ford Podcast. I'm sitting here with Bill, managing partner here at Tallahassee Ford. Why are we here? What are we doing?
Hanging out with dads. We're doing a podcast. We're getting going. We got a special guest, and some of the things that we've done over the last few years, I think we'll have the chance to talk about it and see how things from sports and how things from business, how they go together. And you get people like me that stop growing in sixth grade, so this becomes my sport. This is where we're at.
This is going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be talking about a lot of community events, talking about the dealership, talking about what we're doing. We've got so many things that are coming down the line here. We got a special guest, like you said. Pretty cool special guest today, too. Even though this is our first podcast, we're doing it the day before Father's Day. We're having a huge event out here, and I'm just really excited about doing this and getting this started and hearing your stories.
I got them. I got stories.
We got a bunch of stories going on. So without further ado, let's introduce our special guest. Bill, who do we got here today?
I thought you were going to rhyme with it. Without further ado, it's Drew Faurot. I don't know how I'm doing, but how are you doing?
I'm doing good. Enjoying it.
Are you getting run down in stores and stuff yet?
A little bit.
Do you have to wait to get a seat at the table at the fancy restaurants?
Oh, yeah, I'm still waiting a little bit. Yes, sir.
Well, I'm glad you're here. I appreciate you helping us kick off our podcast. I don't know where it'll go, but we can talk. We spent a few minutes kind of discussing what my thoughts were and, why do we stay so heavily involved in sports? And a lot of it, I say with a sense of humor, is because I'm the small athlete that stopped growing and my business became my sport. So the competitive spirit that's instilled by coaches and the bond that you share as a team and the drive for perseverance and the things you do for a team, those are the things that still drive me. So staying connected to sports in any way we can, it fuels it and it becomes contagious.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
That's why I wanted to have you here, man. Plus that photo. It is the Pete Rhodes photo of the future. We're going to ask our guy out here that's doing sports cards to go ahead and get it and frame it and be ready.
Okay, cool. I don't even know if I've seen it yet, so.
All right.
We got some career highlights here over at FSU. Ironman on the diamond, 56 of 59 games last season, showing his durability and consistency. Bill, that speaks to our car business as well. Being consistent with our customers, being consistent with everything that we're doing here.
It does. And the biggest part of it is staying consistent when it sucks.
Yep.
You have to play when it hurts.
100%. Yep. Got to go through the bad days and the good days.
It's coming back and fixing it because some of it's, some of it will be your fault, some of it will be your problem, some of it you got to work on. But again, for me, that thought about sports is the competitive spirit and then the obligation to the team. We spoke about that just a bit ago.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can't be that consistent. You can't stay healthy. You can't stay in the business for that long if you're not around good people because you can't do it by yourself. So, surrounding yourself with a good team that has one goal in mind is definitely key. To that, whether it's in sports or the car dealership business. So yeah, I mean that's one thing that I've noticed here.
It's everybody, and it's taken some time because, people, that's the secret sauce. But we slowly begin to collect a good group of folks that actually care beyond themselves and treat it more like a team. And that's that part that keeps you going when you don't want to.
Yep.
The you part, the you part quit a long time ago, but it's the they part that you keep pushing for. And sometimes that just gets you to tomorrow.
100%.
Yeah, and you speak about that, role and the impact on the team. You're middle order management, right? I mean, you're middle of the lineup. You're playing in the heart of the lineup. You've been counted on to provide stability and clutch productivity throughout the season. Being that guy in the middle of the lineup. I mean, what does that look like in the lineup for FSU?
Well, I mean, there's people that count on me, so every at bat I got to go up and, have an approach and be locked in and knowing that there's guys behind me that need me to get on and there's probably guys on base that, I need to move them or score them. So, every moment's kind of a big moment,
It's true. And, even here in the dealership, Bill, we have people here that play those special roles whether they're working a car deal, whether it's cleaning a vehicle. We have so many important pieces here. Can you speak to that and what we're doing here that's, hitting home?
Absolutely. When you build a team, kind of like Coach Norvell, he had an amazing team, and he's got to rebuild and then rebuild in the shadow of something that was so fantastic, and appreciated by the community. There's all these different, parts of it. And, when I got here, I really started thinking on it about at its inception, what happens? Someone's at home. There's a thought, there's a want or a need, one of the two. They went online or they called. What happens next? And then you begin to figure it out, right? So move into live receptionist, an actual person that answers the phone. Do they get you where you want to go every single time? No, but it's a person. It's a step in the right direction. But that's the initial smile. Long before you see Tallahassee Ford, that's the face of the dealership. That interaction sets up what happens next. And so when you think about someone who's having a challenge, how that call is taken matters when it gets handed off to the next person. So everyone is counting on everybody. And the porter, when you come up, I talk about all the time, those ramps up there. I joke with people. I tell them if you jump them, you get a discount, because you see people pull up and they hit the brakes because they're intimidating.
Right.
It's designed to measure the tread depth on your tire. It's got a purpose. But when there's not somebody out there waving you to come forward, and all you see is, here we're like a good diner. We have a breakfast, lunch, and dinner rush here. We can be empty and then be out to Magnolia in 2 seconds. And it happens just like that. I could give an oil change away for after 3 o'clock and they won't come in. Sidewalk roll up. But at 7:30, they're here. But it takes everybody doing that long before it gets to the person with the skill set, And when everybody does that and everybody clicks in and everybody's doing their part because they want to do it for the next, then it turns out well and we wound up wowing people instead of, Drew, do you know that you're going to dunk me in the dunk tank today?
No, I didn't.
You feel okay? All right.
Now I got something to look forward to.
Okay. All right. So we're going to do a dunk the dealer, and I've got 2 folks that I know had an issue, and it was straight up us. It was straight up us. It was an unforced error all day. So you're going to get to be the customer's voice, and I'm going to give them an apology, which I've already done, and you can fire away. We'll see what it's got and put me in the water for him.
That's going to be a lot of fun. Drew, how do you maintain your focus during a 12-game hit streak?
Well, I didn't really notice I was in a streak until I got to like 7 or 8 hits. And then by then, once you've built up enough momentum, it's almost like you don't think you can get out no matter what, So I was going up there, my last couple of hits, just like, all right, where am I going to hit this? I wasn't even thinking about, am I going to get out or this or that? Like, I feel like once you build enough momentum, like, there's no looking back. So it's kind of how I was.
I read something that you started your baseball career long before, many, many years ago, but you started at UCF.
Yeah.
And you transferred to FSU. What was that mindset for you coming from UCF and fitting into the program here at FSU?
Well, it was something that I had always wanted to do, is play at FSU. Coming back home, with my family here and just all the people that I know and just this community. So, after my freshman year, making the move here was really exciting. And it was a new team. There's a lot of transfers and new guys that year, so we all had to kind of come together and get familiar with each other really quickly. We bonded. That team, that was a great team. We ended up going to Omaha. And it was a lot of fun.
They take baseball serious out there in the Midwest, don't they?
Oh yeah.
My sister lived out there in Elkhorn, Nebraska. They take it serious.
Yeah, there's a lot of good baseball out there. Yeah.
When you came up and you started over and you were where you wanted to be here, and I'll circle back to what we hope happens next for you, because you told me and we're going to be cheering for it. But when I came up here from Miami, it was obviously a different culture, but it wasn't a culture shock. I was ready for it and enjoy it, but it was a lot of the same. What I had been around was completely different. The level of intensity was different. I'm not going to say the challenges were different, but coming up to Tallahassee, it provided me the opportunity that probably most of us as a dealer would always want. It's the opportunity to have that community dealer and do it different. Whereas you said you bonded with your team, it gave an opportunity to have that here, where we started creating lifelong customers. But it allowed us to do things like this, do podcasts, get engaged with the community, not a big box advertising. I just spent a bunch of money and put a price real cheap and they blasted it out everywhere and my phone rang. That can happen. You could dial that in a heartbeat. But these are the things that stick. I think when I get to interact with my customers and hang out with them and they know me, they know my family, they know where I'm at, they know this, I sit over here in the corner, you know what I mean, in this glass, you can get in. It's glass, it's hot. We're working on that. Yeah. Anyway, I really get those things and understand it when you walk into it. It's a new scenery. It's a new expectation. When you're in Miami, it never stops moving. We're at work 2 o'clock in the morning. I think I left 4:10 a.m. was the latest I was actually there.
Wow.
I don't know if there's anybody. Is there anybody on Magnolia at 4:10? Is that guy that walks by? He's there.
He's the only one.
He's there.
Hey, Drew, you finished the season. You had a great season. What's next? What's next for Drew? What's coming up next? What's the next big thing for you?
Well, I'm going out to the combine this next week and going to be meeting with some teams. And then, the draft is July 13th, so I'll see what happens with that. And then, pretty soon after that, they, ship me off to start playing. So just training in the meantime and just refining my skills before starting the pro career.
Are you allowed to say a place that you have in your heart that you'd like to wind up? Are you allowed to say that or no?
I really don't. There's not really a place that I would rather go. I think any team that offers me the opportunity is just going to be really happy with what they get, and I'm ready to go anywhere. So
that's awesome. Selfishly, I hope we keep you here in Florida. That'd be super cool. But again, we got to pull up that photo. We got to get that photo out. I'm telling you right now, we talked about it earlier. Your most unlikely dealer by no means should be here, so we'll just leave it at I get lucky. That photo is going to be something. That's your Pete Rose photo of the future, man.
Cool.
Also, are you cool with signing the wall? First guest?
Yeah, I'll do it.
All right, yeah. Awesome. Super cool. All right, so we're still talking. We're still developing our podcast, and we're bringing new and fun people in. And one of the things that happened here, I want to say it was probably a couple of months ago when we were out on St. George Island at the Brewfest. I heard an awesome band, but I saw an awesome band. I could see it in their eyes, and that competitive spirit in me really appreciates that when somebody gets that kind of dedication. So as soon as we had the opportunity to bring them into the fold here at Tallahassee Ford and hang out with us, this is the first event we were able to do it, so I appreciate it. Far Too Fresh, as I said on the radio, these guys rock. But I'm going to pass the microphone and let everybody introduce themselves real quick.
Appreciate you having us, first of all, man. Thank you.
Yeah, this is quite a treat.
Yeah.
I'm Richie. I play the bass.
I'm Josh. I play guitar and sing a little bit.
I'm Blake Hart. I play drums.
And I'm Garrett. I play guitar.
He's the new guy.
New guy, always.
Gotta have a new guy, right?
We love having him here, though. It makes us sound so much fuller. I love it so much.
I can tell you, my music, my genre is all over the place. My uncle was probably the one that spent the most time. He was the family rocker. He had the big hair. He was much younger than everybody. So
tight leather pants and all that.
Hey, calm down.
Hey, that's how they were back in the day.
I mean, he was cool. Cool, but he had a pretty big impact. So my love for music, it spans all over the place. I think I said a long time ago, if somebody takes the time to play it, I want to take the time to listen to it because I get what goes into it, Yeah. When I saw you guys in St. George Island and you were singing Man in the Box by Alice in Chains, I haven't stopped listening to it. I have not stopped listening to it. It's probably right there. I've been jamming. So first it was a renewed love for the song.
Yes, sir.
But the way you guys got into it was amazing. So
Thank you.
By all means, tell us what drives you guys. Is this what you're doing every day, all day? Do you have another job?
This is my main squeeze.
Okay.
I do it about 5 days a week.
Okay.
And trying to get these guys to do the same thing.
I have a full-time job. I work for the city of Thomasville.
Okay.
So municipality, and I kind of enjoy what I do, kind of. But if the money's right, I'll be on the road all day with this guy, just following him.
It's car business. The way you can relate that, you think about taking that step and going out on your own, right? We're in a world where our paychecks are dependent on people agreeing with us to some degree, agreeing with something we're doing, whether it's the process, the sale, the vehicle, whatever the case may be. but there is no guarantee on that. That's like, when you work, when you got that full-time job, there's no guarantee.
For sure.
But that passion inside you just stirs you to go and make that step out there.
Yeah.
It's scary as hell,
It's
but
a bit
it's nothing
scary.
like that feeling, is it?
But once it gets settled in, it's awesome. So I don't regret it. But it was scary at first. But 4 years, August will be 4 years I've been doing it. Not have to worry about waking up until I want to. This is the earliest show I've ever done in my life. So I'm proud of myself for waking up early enough to do this.
And we've been together 9 years as a band, I believe.
Yeah.
Is that right?
About 9 years.
Wow.
About 9 years. Yeah.
What is it? Okay, so for bands, what's the time span? What's the time span for bands? Does that exist? Is there an average? Is something considered good before they fall apart, or how's that
10
go?
years?
For me, the bands that I've been playing in bands for a very, very long time. And it's normally like 2 or 3 years. And then they always cycle musicians. It's hyper competitive, where you've got the job until you die or we find somebody better, right? And when we got with these guys, there's a sense of loyalty and competition kind of in there at the same time.
We
So
push
have
each
this
other to
good
grow
recipe
together.
Yeah, to kind of keep them. And when somebody falters down, we're going to lift them up, and we're brothers. And that's been the glue that's kind of sticking us together. Kind of what drives us. It's the crowd. It's the people. It's the events. It's all the weddings and all the special things and the moments that we give to these people. We're bringing joy when they normally wouldn't have any. Yeah, I'm a wealth management professional. I've been doing that for like 30 plus years. Right now, I just trade at Thomasville National Bank in the financial services department. And so I've got a full-time job. I've got so much stuff going on, but I have to make time for music so that I can get out of the corporate world and get some really good humanity going on. And it's great. I love interacting with people. I love meeting new people. I love learning new things. And this band is the conduit for that.
That is so cool that you say that. So having the team together that continues to drive, motivate, and challenge one another, that's a big thing about our business. It's all business, right? But when dealerships get it right is when they find enough people collectively that are like-minded, that share the interest. Is it taking care of the people? Is it that you're high volume? You got to pick your lane and you got to run like hell, right? For us, it's being customer-centric, but you're so right with having people that get together that make the difference. Your wealth management?
Yes, sir.
Do you get people that are surprised when you tell them that? Am I the only person?
I normally keep my mouth shut. I generally do not disclose.
But it leads back to something. So a big part of doing the podcast, a big part of getting out there in the community is humanizing my dealership. I am the weird dealer that is at odds with the reputation of our business. I hated it. I quit. It made me quit. Yeah. I literally knew. I was like, well, my grandfather will never be proud of what I do for a living. I'm not running a burning house and saving somebody's life. There's none of that on my career. And in fact, it was the opposite. It was when I began to realize what people thought of us. It crushed me because I didn't know that. I didn't know the adversarial sale because when I started, I was selling to my friends and their parents. So the harshest deal I ever had was, Billy McKinney, if you don't give me a good deal, I'm gonna call your grandfather. That was like earth shattering, right? Yeah. So then I get to Miami and my eyelids peel back. I'm like, these people look like they're about to get into a fist fight. What the heck happened? The dude came to buy a car. You came to sell a car. How did you mess that up? So my point being, humanizing the dealership was my way of trying to clean up our industry, even if it's only my store for our crew, because Andrew's got a daughter, and I see how he interacts with her. In her eyes, you're her superhero, right?
Yes.
But we're car people, so we're not superheroes. So it is vitally important to me about what we do and the type of business we do so that our customers see us for who we are. And it's funny that when they see you in one light, when I see you out there jumping around with the guitar, I don't think financial services, wealth management, right? And if I don't take the time to have these kind of conversations and push us to get outside of our comfort zone and do different things, people will only see us for a big bad dealer that's just trying to pickpocket you. Sure. When the reality is very often we're helping people glue life events together. We're having a baby. I got to get rid of my sports car, so now I need a minivan. I'm really excited.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
right.
not having a baby, but that minivan is not. I know what's happening next. It's a pontoon boat. Yeah. And I'm not ever going to have you guys do another live band. I'll be listening to it on my phone.
Well, you got to shake that frame. You got to shake the frame that people perceive. The only way you can do that is going out, being honest, and being yourself. One good, fantastic deal at a time.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's awesome when you say that and hear that you work for a municipality and that you're doing wealth management and you're living the dream. You're already there. You're just like, hey guys, when you're ready, I'll tell you all about it. I got story time, but hey, you tell me yours, I'll tell you mine. Mine's gonna make you smile more. But it's neat, and I certainly appreciate you guys coming out and spending some time with us.
Sir.
As every conversation I have, it's just one more reason that lets me know we're on the right road by getting out there and talking to our customers. That was amazing to hear that financial services, wealth management, working for the municipality, but all you guys sharing the love of music and seeing that. That was the thing at the Music Fest or at the Brew Fest, was seeing the performance in you guys' face. You were into it. You weren't going through the motion. So I appreciate it.
Oh man, we
My
appreciate
man.
it. We appreciate.
Thank you so much for having
Appreciate
us.
you guys.
Thank you.
Like, thank you for giving us this opportunity.
Welcome to new guy. How new?
Thank you. Let's see. This is less than 10 shows for me.
Yeah?
Yeah, this is what, like
Are
7
you
or
already
8.
in rhythm? No biggie? You got it?
I mean, today was a great practice for sure. They're running me through the ringer, and it's great. I love it.
Super cool. Well, if you guys are cool with it, we want to have y'all sign the wall.
Hey,
Yes, sir.
Amen.
Real quick. Have you ever had your equipment powered by a truck?
First time ever.
First time.
That
That was
epic.
wild.
Thought about that.
Absolutely crazy.
know that
We
was
thought we were
possible.
going to burn that thing down. I went Facebook Live for the first time ever, and I was like, y'all want to see a truck catch fire? Y'all come out.
He's gonna pay for it when it
Tallahassee
happens.
Ford. We're going to burn this thing down, sir.
It got like 150
Call Elon.
likes.
These aren't the only ones doing it now.
That was amazing. I will say that. I
It was
never expected
incredible.
that to happen. dude.
Yeah, it's a Ford Lightning, and it's a fun vehicle to have out there and provide you guys with the power that you need without a noisy generator
Yeah,
sitting there.
that was nice.
And,
That was really nice.
It's a treat.
I got
Yeah.
a goal to save up some money for now. See, that's what I want to get.
Yeah.
Play shows
Write some
anywhere.
hits.
Dude, no. Working on it.
Keep your team pulling in the same direction.
Right on.
You
That's
know,
right.
I mean, hey, everything will work out.